All right, let's talk about Kherson. So I'm going to separate this video into two parts. One part is where I'm going to be talking in my usual way. I'm going to discuss the things that we know and that I'm more or less certain about. And then the second part, I'm going to go just balls deep into the wild speculation, and we're going to embrace the propaganda and all of the weird theories. So at least we can have some good time with it. So let's start with part one. So first things first, what do we know? We know that there has been quite heavy shelling during this night around the north bank of the Kherson Oblast. And we know that there for sure has been some kind of a contacts between Ukrainian and Russian forces in the area. And it seems that Ukrainian forces were the ones on the offensive. Now, the media and a lot of the people have raised a lot of dust cloud of misinformation, quoting some fake accounts, sharing videos of unverified sources, etc., etc. So to say what we know for sure is that there has been definitely contact between Russian and Ukrainian forces, and that there is a lot of discussion around it. It is important to understand that there is nothing wrong to be wrong about the situation. There is a lot of this dust. So even like the big newspapers, I even saw like some The Guardian, I think, maybe even BBC, I think, because I remember seeing it was in a red background, have discussed that Ukrainians have started some big offensive. Ukrainian officials, some of the Ukrainian officials came out stating that, hey, by the way, there has been an offensive started in Ukraine, but no details for now. Then others are reporting that Ukrainians are already trying to pushing towards the Kherson. So all in all, we know that there is nothing that is verified for now. So breathe out, relax, and let me tell you what do we know for sure. So the most of verified what I was able to find, and again, even this might be completely unverified and it's going to end up being just, I don't know, Russian propaganda scheme, is we know that there has been contacts around Posad Pokrovska and Kisilevka. So it is my understanding that most probably Ukrainians tried to advance along this direction. That is one point. The second point of contact that we know of is actually around this area. You don't see the village, but there is a village around here. And then it was around this area, and this is where Ukrainians supposedly also advanced on the second part. And then there is also Tamarina village, and some are reporting that Ukrainians have also advanced towards this part. And there has been reports showing that either this way or either this way, but this is already quite a speculative territory. So if these are true, then we can get some kind of a quite a deep penetration by the Ukrainian forces, because there are reports that Russians, at least from the first contact line, are indeed falling back. Some people are saying they're running and routing, but again, no confirmation on that. That is what we know for sure on the Kherson offensive so far. I will keep you updated in both the community tab, and also I'll make some kind of short videos if the situation develops in some more concrete ways. With that stated, let's now go into the wild speculation territory, discussing what was happening and what was claimed. Oh, and there was a lot of the things claimed. So let me even save this position where we are right now. But so there are reports that, and this is completely speculation, this might be propaganda. So again, I must underscore that this is so unverified that please don't be surprised that none of this is true. That will be completely non-surprising. So there is a discussion saying that there is heavy fighting and some of the Ukrainian air assets have been shot down in Kiselevka. That would suggest essentially that Kiselevka is pretty much almost like taken by the Ukrainian army. And some are even saying that there is fighting right now is already happening on the outskirts of Kherson, like gunfighting, which is very hard to believe, but yes, there are reports stating that. There are reports that this village of Tamarina has been already captured, essentially, and it's something like this, because these villages have not been confirmed in that report. And there is also a discussion saying that Ukrainians are continue advancing towards the south, and actually these two villages have been captured already. So there has been a lot of claims, like most of them saying that yes, Ukrainians will just try to, get to Kakhovka, then cut the people up, cut them up, and shell, and then be captured. There is also other sources that saying that, well, the Ukrainians have been actually pushed back all the way to Mykolaiv, and actually it's the Russian forces that are sieging Mykolaiv right now, which is a little bit silly, to say the least. But what we see from this is that there has been indeed some kind of operation ongoing on the Ukrainian side. There has been preparation to do this operation. But where we are right now, it's anyone's guess. And I forgot to mention about the tactical, that here at Vesokopilya, this was also apparently has been taken, and Ukrainians are kind of trying to push, but it's further from where the essentially the heart of the operation are. All that we know is that there has been Ukrainian state officials recently coming out as well and saying, please listen to the official sources. And there's been official sources, that means the actual verified Twitter accounts and so on from the verified people that are in charge within Ukraine, or at least advisors in a position. And they've been asking to essentially not to raise a lot of hype around this, which is by this moment is completely impossible. So it's just for us to follow this. So follow me, check out my community tab. I'm going to post there the news, and I'm going to post shorts today if new developments will appear that is worth talking about.